a spring note on Youth in Oregon, a film that I've seen last night on Cinemax, was it? Or maybe HBO 1, 2, 3. With Netflix in town, HBO has decided to give us HBO 1, 2, 3, HBO Cinemax 1, 2. More channels from HBO than we had in the communist regime altogether. We only had two. And well, there were just 2 hours of television a day, communist propaganda, in the final years. Pretty much like North Korea today. So this is a film about uh, an old man who is facing the prospect of having an operation and another one, and he doesn't like the prospect. In fact, he hates it so much that he would rather die. And the subject matter of the film, the way it's going, um, reminds me of another film seen over the past couple of months or so. If I remember well, it was either called The Road to Darwin or translated as such, Drumul spre Darwin, and I remember the Romanian, the local name, the local version of the film, the way it was placed in the program here, and I'm just retranslating it in English. And in that, there was the same thing, basically. Taxi jobs differ, and there are similarities and obviously differences, but at the other end of the world, in Australia this time, we have a taxi driver who is very ill. He has a terminal cancer of the stomach, and he wants to travel to Darwin, where there is a specialist who, um, if he passes the test, will kill him. On the way, he drives his taxi, his car, and on the way, he meets an Aboriginal man, a native Australian, if they call them that, a woman, and then all sorts of things happen. Eventually, people back home find out. He didn't want to tell his girlfriend, the woman he lived with, who was also Aborigines from the native population, first owners of Australia, so to say. And the premise is sad, but there's even humor in it. About the same thing here, Youth in Oregon. We have a man who I mentioned wants to die. Only here, he's not the one driving, in a weird situation. It is his son-in-law, played by an actor that I like very much. I only wish he gets more parts and in relevant, important films. This is not bad. No, Youth in Oregon is actually interesting. It offers some worthwhile themes, which are really important in the world of today, because well, obviously we all have to face the end at one point, and why not? We need to get ready, prepared, and answer the question. We want to be unplugged. We want euthanasia. We want to end as much as possible painlessly, especially in circumstances where we have, I don't know, dementia, Alzheimer, and so many other diseases that make us lose the mind, or others, cancer, which are so painful, and existence from one point is just a long torture, basically. And films like this help one see what happens. As I'm thinking of this scene wherein the main character watches a man he knows go through the final steps. Here we have again similarities at the final stage. So he's very sick. He has all the tubes and whatnot. And there's this first. There's the question of potolește-te. Do you really want to die? You haven't changed your decision. These are the final, but then there's a process before that. I'm just thinking of this last scene, impressive and terrifying from where I saw it. Yes, and you know what happens if you take this. I die, and then that's what happens. In this case, he has quite a few people, friends, family, the woman he loves, with him, and they're supportive. A naughty thought crossed my mind. I didn't see his background. I couldn't see everything, and it's. I don't know. I think it wasn't explained, but that they were together. They had been together for so long, and anyway, the thought crossed my mind that maybe this woman wants to inherit the house, the fortune, or just a good deal of money. And that's why she says, "I'm so proud of you." But I'm just mean. I'm sarcastic, and it's not. It's a feeble, lousy attempt of a kind of a sick joke. And she says, "I'm proud of you." Whereas, on the other hand, our hero doesn't have the support of his family. In fact, they don't want him to do that, and they try desperately to prevent it. What happens? Well, if you decide to see the film, you will know.